So that morning, around 9 a.m., I had a meeting, a virtual meeting, and I tried to connect myself to Wi-Fi. Then the device didn't connect, and I tried to request my family members to lend me their connection, their phones. No others' phones are working, and I was wondering, oh, I hope this is not the coup.
The immediate feeling is sad, and I think I was a bit scared. I was scared because we have experience living under military regimes, and we understand what it means to be.
Military in power, actually, this is not something new that we are facing. So many decades in the past, until like 2010, when the first democratic election was conducted. During those periods, indigenous peoples faced a number of these human rights violations. We cannot even tell all these different types, like forced labor. This dictatorship, the sign of dictatorship, is something that we felt every day in our lives. For the past 10 years, people, including myself, we felt liberated. And now again, all those liberation, sense of liberation is taken back, sense of freedom, sense of dignity is already taken away. And I think that that is also the reason why people are taking the streets.
People started to protest on the street, and governments, civil servants stopped going to the offices. And even today, numbers of police and also especially the government servants from different departments have joined the protest as well. Today, we are already 16 indigenous groups coming together to agree to do a protest.
Military has always been an actor that has been prohibiting indigenous peoples from achieving our goal, which is self-determination. Under 2008 Constitution, which is the existing constitution, uh, indigenous peoples, ethnic nationalities, we are not really, there is no guarantee for equality.
2008 constitution is drafted by militaries, and which military control the power in legislations and also in executive branch.
25% of the members of parliament is taken by the military.
Which means we have a president, but military ultimately have power to control the whole country, both civils and military.
So this can also be an opportunity for us to really abolish the 2008 Constitution and to move towards a more inclusive and more practical constitution that can give us, that can guarantee us self-determination and equality for indigenous people.
There is really a need for system change where we can have these federal structures where indigenous people have right to self-determination. I think, therefore, I mean, people have to understand that in Myanmar, it's not only about democracy and about Aung San Suu Kyi, but we really have to think beyond that. There is other indigenous politics in Myanmar as well. Those are also the key for reshaping this country's futures. International community can respond in many different ways, but first of all is to um, condemn the coup. I think that is one areas where international community can give a pressure to Myanmar.
Many of the countries already started doing, like condemning the military coup and then giving pressures. And we are hearing that sanctions, targeted sanctions to the military related businesses are also coming.
A targeted economic sanction is one that international community can do, but we really have to be careful because in the past those sanctions did not impact on the military, but I mean, mostly it impact largely on the people itself. So I think we really have to be careful on that. And third, I think international community have to also work with different political activists and also civil societies who are doing campaign around these times to support their movements and also to provide some protections and security in the futures, because military have started to crack down on activists.
I think we need a huge support for this, the UN's mechanism on R2P.
I think it's going to be a long struggle, but it depends a lot on the people's. I hope if we keep on pressing like current momentums, in fact, we might have a better and positive result.
We are seeing many youths, the majority of the people who are engaged in the whole movement, in the protests, and you won't see leaders here. So it's like a real sort of people's movement, which really makes me feel like optimistic and hopeful.
I mean, these are the especially young generation that who came out on the street, and really, I mean, this is clear message that this generation we do not want to go back to that, I mean, a dark day again.